Hello guys, today I'd like to give you an introduction about how to insert the audio resources that you recorded for your project and how to manipulate them through JavaScript. Here I have prepared a project template and this will be shared with you. In this project there are 3 folders to hold the different files. The CSS folder for style sheet, the JS folder for script that will be used to create some interaction, and the sound folder holding some sound resources. But we have 2 HTML files. One is called audio implementation.html, and here I will guide you how to insert an audio resources and how to control this. The other called index.html. Here, those content that a template for you. You will insert what you recorded here for your assignments. Okay, let's start. Please go to the audio implementation HTML file. I have created the basic bone of the HTML file. This is the result. I need to refresh to see the result of what I insert at the HTML side. So in the space between the body tags, if you want to insert or implement an audio resources, you need to use the audio tag. Okay, audio or just the AU, you can find the audio tag there. So as a default, in audio opening tag, it gives us an SRC attribute where we should insert the address of one of our audio resources. So here I'd like to choose the drum_loop, that one. So first is the folder's name and the slash and the file name, drumloop.mp3. If you save it, and I need to refresh. Okay, there's nothing there because this audio resource have been implemented in this web page, but that have been hidden. So if you want to check if this have been implemented, you need to use another attribute called the controls and save it. Refresh. Then you will find a control panel. That's a playback panel for you to use. So there's a play button. Oh, you can hear the music, the time and the current time. So let's click that. You can see the current time of the playing, and then a timeline. You are able to drag the handle to seek some specific time of the music. And the last is the volume control. You can still drag the handle to change the volume. Okay. Aside of the controls attribute, you are able to insert more attribute to achieve more behavior, like the loop for looping the music play, or the muted for mute or for stop the sound when playing. But here I'd like to talk about the autoplay. This attribute is not supported by the Google Chrome anymore, but will work for Firefox or some other browsers. This method to implement the audio resources on the web page works well, but I'd like to encourage you to use a source tag to define where the resources is and what the type of that is, instead of use the SRC address in the opening audio tag. It looks like this. So let's add the source tag. They also provide us the SRC. We use the same address up here as up here. So copy. Cut and paste there. Let's get rid of the SRC attributes. For the type to define this resources, we use the audio because we are using the audio resources, and use MPEG for our audio resources. Okay, save it and refresh and play. Yeah, that's work. In some cases, you can find a line of words like here between the opening and the closing audio tag. Those words will only disappear on your user's browsers. That means your user's browser doesn't support the audio elements, so he or she can understand what the problem is. It's a good way for development. Okay, now we know how to implement an audio resources on the web page. I think this is a good time to implement your recordings into this template. In Sound A block, in the first row, is what we are going to achieve. So I insert 3 sound resources here, give a title for each, and you can play, listen the soundtrack, and that is for your sound recordings assignments. So you need to finish the rest 2. Each row need 3 more sound resources that being implemented here. Yeah, let me introduce how to use this template. So for the structure of this content, I create a div called main first and color this in black as the background. If you open this, and then I create other 3 div and give a class name for sandbox for all of them, and then at the style sheet I give some style like a color, like the width, height, and margin, some decoration on each of them. So for each block is the where we insert the block name, the title, and the place. And the place you should insert your audio clips. So here for Sound A group, you will find some comments for the blocks. So this is the Sound A block and the track track A_1 block. This is here. After the P tags, you should insert your audio resources here. So we will use the audio, just like what we mentioned, audio tag, and get rid of the SRC because we will use the source tag later. So here we will insert the controls, give it to show the controls panel, the playback panel for us. So in the opening and the closing audio tag, let's insert the source tag for that. So here we'd like to drag the first one, the drum underscore loop, but don't forget the name of your folder holding that musics, that the sound clips. So drum underscore loop dot mp3. Okay, and save it. You will find 1 guys appear. So let's see, sounds underscore. So here should not be video. The tab should be audio. And mp3. Save it. You will find this playback panel are available to use. Okay. You may have found the size of the playback panel is too big. We can change this through the CSS control. Opening tag of the audio, so we can use the style tag to control the width of that. But I'd like to control the style, the width, and height in the style sheet. So I'd like to give them a class. Maybe I can call it the playback, because I have used this name for test. So if I save it, the reason it changed right now is because I have created a .playback style block. For that, I change the width of the playback panel to 80%. That means 80% wide compared with its father. Okay, let's do quick copy paste to finish the rest slots. So I'd like to copy the audio opening and the closing tag to the track A underscore 2 there, but I will change the source. Sorry. Swell underscore 01. Okay, and copy paste another time and change the name of the new sound resources. Swell underscore 2 and save it. You will find other two sound control panels appear under titles. Okay. Okay, this is a good place to show the collection of your sound resources, but you may have found a problem. That is, when one resource is playing, you are able to play another one. That means all of these resources can be played at the same time, if you like. What we are going to achieve is when we play the next one, the previous one or the last one should be stopped or paused. Let's use the buttons to replace the playback panel and use JavaScript to achieve the playing logic. Okay, now I use 3 buttons. I added 3 buttons to replace the old 3 playback control panels. I added the buttons tag like here under each audio tag. Add the same class name for each button, and to decorate the button to set the width from the CSS side, I use the class name. So set the width to 80%. You can add more decoration if you like, set the color or the font size. For audio tags, I get rid of the controls to hide each audio on the web page, but I add a specific ID for each audio to access this audio at the JavaScript side from the JavaScript file. In JavaScript file, first we need to access the 3 audio resources through their ID. So let's declare 3 variables to hold them. Track A 1. Okay. Document. ID. The first ID should be audio 0. Okay, let's copy and paste twice. Change the name for other 2. Maybe we could use the track A0, 1, and 2. It's easy for organization. So for audio's ID, 0, 1, and 2. Okay. Okay, the basic idea is to create an array holding every sound resources. When I click any button, it will execute a function. In that function, each sound resources will be checked if their index in that array equal to the number of the button that you clicked. If it is, it will play that sound. If it is not, that will stop that sound. Okay, let's create that array first. So let's declare an array. Maybe we can call the audio clips equal array to hold track 0 and track A1, track A2. Okay. Now let's create the function. I will call this function execute play and stop. Here I'd like to add an ID, maybe number. Okay, this will insert the number of the button I clicked. So that means I will execute this function through the click event at the HTML side. So let's find the first button. So this is the first button, and let's create a click. Oh, sorry, it's on click. Okay, we insert the execute play and stop. Give it the 0 as the first button's number. Okay, and because the reason I give the 0 to that number is for the resources linked with the first button, its index should be 0. The second resources linked with the second button, its index should be 1. So here let's insert the second on-click event to the second button. So the number should be 1, and for the third button, the parameter should be 2. Okay. And I miss C here. Yes. Okay. In the function, I will use a for loop to check each item's index. If that index equal to the number I insert here, if it is, we will play that resources, these items music or sound. If it is not equal, we will play. We will stop to play that music. Okay, so let's create a for loop template. So use the audio clips as the array, the length, and for the statements there. I will use an if-else statement. Okay, if the I equal the number, okay, and then we will play that sound. Here I'd like to introduce some method from the HTML DOM. We have the play method that will play an audio element. We don't have a stop method, but we could use the pause method and a property called the set current time, the current time settings. We could achieve the stop an audio playing behavior. So let's use the method audio clips. I use play method to play that audio resources, the sound. If I doesn't equal to the number, we'll use the else statement. Then we will set the current time to back to 0. So dot current time equal 0, then pause. Okay. Pause. Use the pause function to stop there. Okay. Save it and let's play the first sound. Okay. Then play the second one. That's work. Then play the first one again. That's great. That's what we want to achieve. Okay. This is a further practice to the one you use the playback control panel. For your case, to show your collections of your recordings, the playback control panel is good enough. But this further practice could show you some techniques that you may need in your audio project development. So, okay, good luck and happy coding. Bye-bye.